One Bitcoin is worth 62,000. This title was originally going to be called One Bitcoin was worth 63,000. That is until now. Bitcoin is now worth 62,000. And so basically right now, uh, I had talked about in my previous videos that basically uh, Bitcoin was having trouble breaking the 180-day moving average since August 23rd. August 23rd it failed, August 24th it failed, and then August 25th it failed. And then you can see that Bitcoin right now is crashing right now, right? So a personal buying zone that I'm looking forward to getting into Bitcoin is if Bitcoin reaches if Bitcoin reaches the 50-day moving average. That's a personal buying zone that I'm getting into, buying Bitcoin, right? Now, let's say if Bitcoin does decide to break the 50 and 9-day moving average, the next buying zone that I'm looking out for to get into is the if Bitcoin touches the 20-day moving average. That's the next buying zone that I'm looking forward to, into getting into Bitcoin. And let's say if Bitcoin breaks all of the moving averages, right? It breaks the 50, the 9, the 20, right? What's the next buying zone that I'm looking out for? So basically, the next buying zone I'm looking out for is around the 58,000 level. And yeah, that's my next buying zone that I'll look forward into getting into, buying Bitcoin at. And looking at Ethereum, right? You can see that Ethereum, right? Where is it? August 18th until, I guess you could say, until August 22. Basically, Ethereum was having trouble breaking the 20-day moving average until August 22. Finally, Ethereum broke above the 9 and 20-day moving average. And so right now, Ethereum is down almost 2% for today, right? And so right now, personal buying zone that I'm looking forward to getting into Ethereum, right, is around the 9-day moving average. So right now, I personally think where Ethereum is at right now is a personal good entry point for me to get in. And I feel like if Ethereum does break the 9-day moving average, I personally think the next buying zone to get into is at the 20-day moving average. And I feel like if Ethereum does break both moving averages and if Ethereum does decide to go lower, right? My next entry point or my next personal buying zone would be around the 2,500 area. And yeah, so right now, basically, Ethereum did break the 20-day moving average, but it looks like it's going down. And I feel like possibly, Bitcoin, I feel like Ethereum could bounce off the 20-day moving average, but no one really knows. This is just more of a technical analysis perspective that I'm going off of. And so obviously we'll see in the next coming days. And and part of the reason why I'm not so worried of of what Ethereum and Bitcoin is doing right now is because there's this portfolio visualizer. It's called portfoliovisualizer.com, right? And so basically it lets you backtest how would your portfolio do if you were to invest into a certain stock or crypto investment, right? And so I basically did was, what would happen if I invested into Bitcoin in 2020, right? And so basically, if I started out in 2020 with an initial investment of $1,000, right? And let's say I contribute a monthly amount of $1,000 each month. So until 2020, so from 2020 to 2024, my portfolio value would be worth $178,858, which is kind of insane, to be honest with you. And so honestly, I'm not so much worried about like if Bitcoin keeps dipping and dipping, right? I feel like that's like a perfect opportunity for long-term investors, whether you're a Ethereum long-term investor or whether it be you're a Bitcoin long-term investor, right? And honestly, I'm just really surprised that that money, in a way, like I keep saying this, like money just, I never thought that money would ever do this in my entire life. Like I've always said, I always thought that you had to go to work, save up money and just live life and until till you pass away, basically, right? And so no, I mean, you can obviously invest it into what's called the S&P 500, right? Obviously, the S&P 500 gives you an annualized return of 10%, right? Meanwhile, Bitcoin. Obviously, Bitcoin, it could give you 34% return, 123% return, 1,369% return, and etc., right? And obviously, the portfolio, right? If you invest into the crypto market, it can be, volatile. The crypto market is way volatile than the stock market, right? But I feel like the risk reward ratio goes more towards Bitcoin, in my opinion. Part of the reason is because SPY can give you the 10% return, right? But meanwhile, Bitcoin could give you, like I said, right, a 30% return or a 90% return, and etc., right, in a year. And that's just crazy to me because I'm like, I'd rather much invest, me personally, into Bitcoin for the long term than into SPY, really. And I feel like, I don't know, just Bitcoin in a way is, yeah, you could see your crypto portfolios like skyrocket to a crazy amount, right? And then the next day you could see your portfolio crash all the way down. But I feel like, in a way, for me, I feel like Bitcoin is a way better investment for myself. And I feel like if it can give those crazy returns, in a year, right? And obviously, crazy, negative returns in a year, I personally would invest myself, I would invest into, Bitcoin or Ethereum, for the long term. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Basically right now, Bitcoin it's broke. I don't even know what I'm saying. Basically, Bitcoin broke the 200-day moving average. So the next level of support that I'm looking out for Bitcoin to approach is the 50-day moving average. And then Ethereum, right? I feel like Ethereum could possibly bounce off the 9-day moving average. And if Ethereum breaks the 9-day moving average, I feel like Ethereum could bounce off the 20-day moving average. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys are doing good in your long-term investing journey or trading journey, whatever it is, right? But as always, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.